morning, good morning. How are we today? I'm just going to tilt this camera up. So we are going to head into our cardio and core session today. Hope you're all well. Nice short, snappy session this morning. We're going to combine cardio work with core work, and we're going to rotate between the two rounds and a cool down at the end. Okay, so it should take us about 25 to 30 minutes. And as always, you're more than welcome to rewind and do a third set if you wish. But if you're following the full program through, 2 sets is plenty on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So, lots of, all you'll need your mat, loads of kind of squat jumps and high impact cardio exercises on the floor, and then we'll go down to the mat then for some core workout. So if you want to grab a drink, we'll give it about 20 seconds before we start the warm up, and we'll get going with our session. So you might want to set your mat out. Okay, so we'll get warmed up. Yeah, let's get started. Bring it nice and light on the toes, and we're going to jog to get the heart rate up. So again, soft on the knees. Lift the knees up if you can. And let's go jumping jacks. So remember, you can do a lower impact version if you wish. But the point of the warm-up is to get your heart rate going. If you find lateral movements difficult, let's just go straight into strides. We want to get the heart rate up, get the blood flowing and pumping through the body, and get our muscles aware and alert and ready to move. This helps us avoid injury, and you get a much more effective workout. Back to strides. Jacks. And bring it back to run on the spot. Deep breaths through the nose and out through the mouth. And stop. Let's go big circles with the arms. Remember your deep breaths here, and the other direction. Hands out in front to the side, side and back further. So when you get to the side, go back another few inches if you can. Go diagonal. Get the arms and shoulders really opened up. Switch sides. Well done. Plant the feet into the floor. Rotate the hips one direction. If you have music on, turn it up loud. Let's go the opposite way. And we're going to bring it down into our squat position. Heels on the floor. Push the bum towards the floor and the knees towards the wall on either side. Then holding the floor or your toes, whichever you wish, push it up through. Stretch out the back of those legs. Deep breath. Let's go again. A little bit lower this time if you can. And push up through again. And last time. And this time I'm going to rotate my hips just ever so slightly with my elbows. Hands to the floor, feet back into a plank position. And I want you to bring your foot to your hand and stretch the hips. 3 each side, guys. And when you've done with that, down onto your side. You know the routine by now. We're going to go round, opening up that chest towards the ceiling. Lift that top leg as you move. Don't force yourself into a deeper stretch. Nice and relaxed. And then switch sides. I'm just going to flip over so that you're not looking at the back. Leg up. Let's go. So you might find that you can do this without the leg lifting. That's okay, but just do not try to keep the leg down. If it lifts, it lifts. If you try to keep that knee down, there's a chance you'll twist your upper back. Onto your back now, and you're going to put the feet onto the floor, and you're either going to do 12 glute bridges to here, or you're going to do 6 each side with the leg on top of the other knee. Switch sides if you're on the one leg. 2, 3, 4. Nice and controlled. Well done. Okay, bring it up. So, we are going to start. Whew, it's warm. We're going to start with hop to squat. We're going to go into a crunch. We're going to do some squat jumps and T-planks. We're going to do some power strides, just like what we did in the warm-up. And we're going to do a dead bug, and we're going to do some mountain climbers, and then we're going to finish off with a nice clean plank. So I might change the order of these as we go through. Just follow me, it's all I can ask you to do. I would also remind you that when I'm showing things like, for example, the crunch, I'm going to show you 3, 4 different variations. So don't copy exactly what I'm doing, because you're not going to get a workout if you do that. I'm just demonstrating for you. Choose which one you know you're going to do and do it for the full set. So if you want to grab a drink, set out your mat, get my timer going here, and we will get ready to start with some hop to squat. As always, I will show you variations. I don't want you go away. Sorry, there we go. So hop to squat, we're starting in the center. Advanced crew, or people who are doing this for a while, you're doing 1, 2, squat. 1, 2, squat. So it's hop, 2, squat. Let's start with that, and I'll show an easier version for those of you who need it. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So hop, 2, squat, hop, 2, squat. If that's too difficult, you're going to do step, squat, together. Step, squat, together. Changing direction each time. Or if you want to progress into the harder one but you're not quite ready for it, add 2 more jumps. 1, 2, 3, down. 1, 2, 3, down. So it just gives you that little bit of extra time between the squat. Whichever one you're doing, keep that chest tall. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Bring it down onto the floor. We're going to go onto our back. No, we're not. We're going to go onto our front. We're going to do the bird dog. Okay, so again, hands are below the shoulders, knees are below my hips, and I'm going to extend my heel to make a straight line from my shoulders to my heels. 3, 2, 1, let's go. So again, stabilize yourself. First, core is tight. This is your basic. Look at how I'm not throwing my leg. I push my heel back towards the wall, and my toe is pointing towards the floor. Now, those of you who are at this for a while, or who have the core strength, bring in the hand. But just make sure that that core stays really engaged the whole way through. If it's difficult, lift the knee, here and here. And that's going to practice. You're going to squeeze the bum at the top. Any of these alternatives work. 3, 2, and time. Bring it back onto the feet. Bum, bum, bum. We're going into our power stride, and then we're going straight down into a crunch. 3, 2, 1, same as the warm-up. Here we go. Side to side, cross it over. Now again, nice and slow, or find the rhythm. If you've got music going, guys, go for it. Add in the hands if you want to get an extra workout. And again, if the impact is too much, you're simply squishing back here, squeeze the bum at the top. Don't put the hands behind the head, just towards the ceiling. There's always a variation. 10 seconds, you can do it, come on. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Bring it down onto the floor. We're going to go into our basic crunch. So again, I'm going to show you different variations. Choose which one you're going to do. Beginner, advanced, and then progress again. So beginner, no matter which one you're doing, I want you in this position right now. Head and shoulders off the floor. That's where you start. 3, 2, 1. Let's go with basic. Hands are on the thighs. Everything is locked. Contract the tummy. Make sure that nothing is moving except this. And that's too easy. Hands to here. You want to advance further, and you're able to control your balance with your core. Go to here. Keeping the same motion going. It doesn't matter where my legs are. All that's moving is here. I want to go here. I can, or I can go the whole way to here. But again, look at the only thing that's moving is my core. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Stay where you are now. Flip it over onto a mountain climber. So we're going to start in a plank position. I'll show you variations again. So decide which one you're going to do. Get into a plank position. Here we go. And we're going to bring the knee into the chest. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So here, in and out. In and out. Keep that pelvis low. None of this crack. That is not a mountain climber. Pelvis is low. In and out. If that's too difficult, keep going if you're on the floor. If that is too difficult, lift the dolly out of the way. Hands here, straight line. And you're going to bring the knees in to the chest and practice it like that. You can also, of course, progress onto a cross body mountain climber. 10 seconds to go. I'm still on my plank. I'm just bringing my knees across to my elbows. 3, 2, and time. Well done. We're going to bring it down into a basic plank. Onto your forearms. Elbows are directly below the shoulders. And your straight line from the floor to your shoulders here. So your feet are here. And you've got a straight line. If that's too much, look at how I dip my knees, but nothing else has moved. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So basic plank here. Tuck that pelvis. Core should be tight. Everything should be engaged. If that is so easy that you don't even know what you're doing, lift the knees up. Again, watch that movement. For me to come out of this, all I do is lower my knees. I don't change anything else. My core is still on fire here. And I'm shaking, that's fine. Breathe. If it gets too difficult, lower down to here. Stay engaged. Keep that core tight. Grind if you wish. 5 seconds, you can do it. Come on, stay up. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Bring it back up onto your feet. And we're going to finish off with squat jumps, and then we're going back down to a T plank. So squat jump, basic squat jump, squat and jump. So you squat and you jump. Yahoo! Go with that. I'll show variations. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. So your basic squat jump, push the bum back, keep the chest tall, lift up, push the hands towards the floor, and you jump as you go. Get the rhythm going. If that's too difficult, basic squat, up and down. And then you can go onto your tiptoes. Watch, up, 2, 3, eventually it'll be natural to jump. 15 seconds, come on, you can do it. So make sure your knee is soft. When you land, you go straight down. Watch me here. None of this squat, jump. No. It's jump, land into the squat, push the bum back as you land. Watch again. 3, 2, and time. And we're going down into our T plank. Again, love to finish off. We did this last week as well. Love to finish off with this movement. It's such a lovely stretch. But it's also a really good core workout if you're doing it correctly. 3, 2, 1. From here on your knees, you're going to roll, straighten the top leg, and reach towards the ceiling. Not behind, up. Switch it down. Re-establish your weight in the middle, and go to here. If you're on your feet, you're going to twist the waist. You're going to reach to the ceiling, halfway. You're squeezing above at the top. Keep that pelvis low. Always have that straight line from your hips to your shoulders. 10 seconds, keep going. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. On 3, you exchange the weight to the other side. It's a slow, controlled movement and time. Grab a drink, keep walking. We're going to do it again. Hope you're okay. As always with those plank movements, guys, make sure that you keep, there's Batman's around the house here. Make sure that you keep the pelvis tucked. When you're in those plank movements, if your bum's like this, you're not working the core. Tuck that pelvis, and that's what gives you that engagement here in the tummy that really makes you shake and really makes you work. When you've got the plank position, you can do any of the rest of the exercises effectively, but until you get that plank, you're not doing any of those exercises properly. So important that the plank and then this situation to start your sit-up, those are the two key things that will keep you safe during all of these exercises. So we'll give another 10 seconds and we're going to do it all over again. So think about which exercise you're going to do for each one. Which variation are you doing? Stick with that. If you find that it's easy, you can progress to the next one. If it gets too much, you go back to the one you were doing originally. But try not to change throughout the exercise set because it's not as effective to you if you're moving about. Right, back to our hop to squat. Bam, 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 bam. And we're going to mix them up a wee bit here this time. So hop to squat, and we'll go down into our, we'll keep going with what we did. 3, 2, 1, hop to squat. Hop to squat, hop to squat. Remember the variations. 1, center, step, squat. Center, step, squat. You can go lower, push the bum really, really far back. So from the side, you're stepping out, bum goes low, chest stays tall, and straighten up and squeeze the bum at the top. 1, 2, 3. Add 2 more jumps. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good. Whichever one you can do. 10 seconds left. That's it. Go. 5, 3, and time. Well done. Bring it down onto the floor. We're going to go into our crunch. Remember your situation at the start. Feet down. Back is flat. Head and shoulders are here. Lift them to here. That's your freeze. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Freeze. Hold. Basic. Core is tight. Hands go here now. Once I know I can move this properly, nothing is moving except my core. I can go all day here because my core is doing all the work. Too easy? Let's go. Still too easy? Stretch it up. But you notice how I'm doing the exact same movement. Doesn't matter where my legs are, doesn't matter where my hands are. Core is doing all the work. 3, 2, and time. And my head and shoulders never goes back to the floor until I finish. Well done. Let's flip it over onto our fronts. We'll do the mountain climber. Remember, I want to see you in your plank position. 3, 2, 1. Hands below the shoulders, knees to the chest, bum and pelvis stay low. None of this. Get that bum down, ladies. Breathe as you bring the knee in. So if you breathe out as that knee comes in, it's almost like you're pushing the air out and it allows that rhythm of the flow. So here, you can also go cross body. Those of you who are finding that the basic mountain climber is simple. If you also want to extend here, just bring up your speed. But keep that pelvis low. No bouncy, no bouncy. 3, 2, and time. Well done. Now, from here, we're going to go, stay on our front actually, let's go into our dog. So again, remember hands on your shoulders, are right below the shoulders, knees right below the hips, and I'm going to extend that heel towards the wall behind me. 3, 2, let's go. 1, and then switch the weight over. 2. So what I'm doing here, I'm keeping my core nice and tight, and when I switch the weight from this leg to this leg, I don't want any wobbles. I want to stay as strong and controlled as I can. When I get to this situation, or this position, I'm squeezing my glutes. Now I'm going to go even further on again. And again, the balance now becomes an issue, and this is where the core must remain tight. You can do it, come on. 5 seconds to go, guys. From here, or indeed here, 2, leg raise up. And time, well done. Bring it back up onto your feet. Let's do our power strides. Bum, 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 bum. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get that beat going. If you have music on, use it. Ba-dum, bum, bum. Again, remember, hands can come in too. Shoulders stay back and low. If that's difficult, you're going to step. This move can be used to kind of compensate for loads of those high impact moves. Keep going. You've got 10 seconds, come on. 3, 2, hand time. And we're going to go down into our plank. 3, oh sorry, hold on. Down into your plank. 3, 2, 1. From your knees to your forearms. Elbows are right below the shoulders. Pelvis is low. If you're here, bring it to there. Squeeze that core. Now, if you're starting to shake, that's okay. Perfectly normal. If it becomes far too much, put the knee down for a second, rest it up, switch over, and do you see how, apart from moving my knees, I'm not actually coming out of the plank. I could do this all day. I'm still in a plank, the core's still tight. There's no difference in this and this other than the resistance that your body's picking up and time. Well done. Whew. Let's bring it back up. We're going into our squat jumps. 3, 2, let's go. Squat, jump, squat. So look at how I land. Watch again. Up, soft knees. As I land, once my feet touch the floor, that goes back the way. 1, 2, 1, 2. Again, let's just squat. If the jump is too much, knees are bent. Let's go on the tiptoes. So you can always build up to these moves, guys. And eventually, you'll be bouncing like Tigger. 10 seconds, you can do it. Come on, that's the last one. Let's go. 3, 2, woo. And time. Down to the floor for our lovely stretch and our side plank, our T plank. So think about the name. We're making a T. Hand is on the floor. I'm going here. I want to make a T. 3, oh, sorry. Calm yourself. 4, bum, bum, bum. Let's go. Hands are here below the shoulders. Up I go. Tuck the pelvis low. Hand to ceiling. Down it comes, switch. 1, 2. Now you see people flat, look, watch. Woo, look at me so fast. Stop it. Control. When you get to the center, you transfer the weight safely onto the other wrist and hand before you put your full body weight on it. It is controlled. It is not a race. Hand does not go back here. It goes up there. Be careful of that upper back. 3, 2, and time. From here now, just come down into child's pose. I'll just stretch out the shoulders before we stop. Well done. So bring it back up onto your feet. Grab yourself a drink. Whoops. Try not to trip on your own mat. And we'll cool down. So again, as I said, short and sweet, but you have just worked every single muscle in your body. You've worked the arms, you've worked your shoulders. You have really worked the core. Well, try and move on and do a little bit of more oblique work now on the side in the next week or so as you get kind of comfortable with those moves. You've also worked the glutes. You have worked the quads and the hamstrings. See that move we were doing with the legs stretching out the back? That's working all of those muscles the whole time. So that's why these little workouts are short and they're snappy, but they're so, so important because they are strengthening your body up to allow you then to participate much more effectively and much more safely in the longer weight induced or whatever, what do you call it? I can't speak today. the weighted exercises that Emma does and what we do during the week as well. So we're going to just get the heart rate down and we're going to cool it down. Let's start with big shoulder rolls. So check where your shoulders are now. Change direction, because often when you finish workouts that are quite core heavy like that, people end up with their shoulders up here. So now just bring the shoulder up and down. Let's just roll it back down to where it's supposed to be. Get all that tension out. Well done. Bring the hands out in front, push them forward. Push it up towards the ceiling. Core is tight, squeeze the bum. So even when you're stretching the arms, guys, you're still using the core, you're still using the pelvis, you're tucking all these things together. Bring it out in front once more. Now, bring one arm across and hold. Switching it up. To the back, and then roll the shoulders down again. I bet you they're back at your ears again. Okay, bring it down onto your mat, onto your back. We'll just quickly stretch out the legs and the lower back. So from here, bring the feet and knees in towards your chest. You can hug it with your hands, or you can hold it with the forearms from the elbows and squeeze tight. If you can, roll slightly left to right. Just very, very small movement. Just rolls out that lower back. Hold on to that left knee and extend the right leg to here, or to here, or if you can, the whole way to here without your back arching, whichever one you can do, guys. And let's switch over safely, hold that knee. Again, you can go to here, you're stretching the back of the leg. Heel goes first, no toes pointed here. Bring those knees back together, feet to the floor. Foot onto the knee, hand through, and you're going to lift the leg up. Now, basic stretch here. You can also push that knee forward and the heel towards the ceiling, or just put the heel towards the ceiling and stay holding on. You'll feel that in the back of the calf. Watch again. Switching sides, hand goes through, leg goes up. That's nice and stretched there. And then I'm going to go, woo! And you push that through. Well done. Bring it back down and onto your side or your front, whichever one you prefer to do this in. Some people prefer the front. Hand out in front for balance. Bring that toe and heel towards your bum, knees back together. Push that pelvis forward. And push that through. That's it. Now roll over onto your other side. I'm going to show this one on my front. And when I'm on my front, I got my heel to my bum and I'm pushing the pelvis down into the floor. And that stretches that quad again. Hands below the shoulders and just very, very carefully lift your head towards the wall in front of you. Do not stretch this, do not push it. I don't want anybody jumping up here. Back onto your knees again. Up into your plank. And bring your hands, walk back up to here. And we're just going to finish off with 1, 2, and 3. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very, very much. As always, if you have any questions or comments, jot them in the comments below, or indeed pop them up onto the page, and myself or Emmett will get back to you as soon as possible. I will be back live with you tonight at 8 o'clock for Strong Nation. If you want to join in, please do. I always love to see people on that class with me. If you want to have a wee look and see what it's all about, you're more than welcome to come and watch as well.